Well, obviously, we're really excited to go on the road and get a win, be 2-0 in the league. If you can win, by 21 on the road in this league at a place like this where Mike's got a really good football team in terms of they're hard to beat here. They play incredible defense. They play the foot game the right way. Got a lot of respect for them, and they took it to us for a lot of points in time tonight. But offensively we started really well and then did nothing in the second and third quarter. We're able to do just enough to finish. But, man, how about our defense? I mean, to go on the road, defense travels. We won the turnover battle 2-0. Offensively, we got a lot we could improve on. I do think Preston played really well. He battled 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. That's huge in a game like this. We never gave them the gimme, turnover that gave them a short field and hurt us, and we just kept playing to our defense, and, man, they just kept answering. It just felt like the game was 14-10 forever, and they just kept stopping them and stopping them and stopping them and stopping them, and then they got the back-to-back turnovers, and that's what sealed the game. So, proud of our guys, get a road win, be 2-0 in the league, and hopefully this will springboard us into next week.
Was there a concerted effort to try the deep ball more tonight? It seemed like there were a lot.
Yeah, we felt like going into the game, the way they play, they're really good against the run, as we saw. And then schematically, it's not a robber defense like we see, but it's similar. And there's not a lot in the open, in the middle of the field. And we felt like we had the advantage with our outside receivers vertically down the field. And I think you saw that early in the game. Preston made some great throws. We dropped 2 or 3 or just missed the throw on 2 or 3. But then Curley had the big one. Keyshawn had the big one. Roderick had a big, and we kind of got going. Credit them. They started playing a lot of loose cover 3 and keeping everything in front, really, really mixing it up well. And, kept us from being able to get over the top. And we didn't execute well in the intermediate, and we weren't running the football well. And so give them a lot of credit for that. But, yeah, we felt like going in, we had that advantage, and we did. And then, credit them for making an adjustment.
Defensively, did they see something going into this one that allowed them to play with this type of confidence? Not that they haven't all year, but, I mean, they just, like you said, kept stopping and stopping.
I don't know. I think, I think the things that we do on defense is we've done a good job of limiting the explosive plays, right? Even when guys get us, it's 10, 15, 20. We get them on the ground. And as we see, guys, it's hard. If you can't get explosive plays, it's hard to score consistently in college football. And so our defense has done that, and they run to the ball. We say swarm. That's what we say on defense. They swarm. And so if we ever miss a tackle, there's more guys there. The strip fumble is a great example. They get a 10, 15-yard gain, but we're swarming, we rip it out. We got guys there to recover it. So I think that's kind of who we've been for the first 6 games. I do think this is a little bit of a, defining moment specifically for our defense, but also our team, because, when you get put in a position where it's 14-10, and, Brad told me, I think we had 3 straight drives on offense where we basically went 3 and out with 0 yards. And the pressure's all on them to just keep hold and serve, and they do it. That's not going to work every week. Offense is going to have to do that at times for them, but really, really proud of just how they played for 4 straight quarters.
You talk about 2 defining moments at the end there. I mean, you get the rip away fumble and then the pick 6. I mean, what's going through your mind to see them seal it?
Maybe they said, hey, we'll take care of this, guys. Y'all don't worry about it. We'll get the strip. Okay, you only got a field goal. Great. Hey, we'll just take one to the house. So proud of them, because the one thing we've struggled with is getting turnovers. I think we only had like 2 or 3 coming into today in 5 games. Now 2 of them have gone for touchdowns, so that's good. But they just kept playing. And honestly, offensively, and again, I want to give East Carolina credit for what they did, but offensively it was really frustrating for 2 quarters there in the middle, and they didn't quit, and they didn't start finger pointing and getting frustrated. They just kept playing, and so really proud of them.
Colin Rogers hits one from 50 after missing earlier.
Yeah.
Was that bigger for your team extending the lead, or bigger for him personally?
Both. At the time it put us up 7, which the way our D was playing, you actually felt like, okay, we're almost there. But, to your point, he did miss the one earlier, and he missed 1 or 2 earlier this year that, he normally doesn't. Now, he missed a 49-yarder earlier in the year on the right hash. Last year he didn't make any over 50. The right hash has kind of been his bugaboo. And so for him to make one over 50 and on the right hash when we really needed it, after just missing one, pretty bad. I don't think it was even close. That's going to be huge for his confidence, and obviously we'll continue to have confidence in him.
The run game, what was it that they did to kind of stifle it? And did you feel like it kind of got a little pass happy at times?
Yeah. I mean, so the first couple drives, we felt like we were going to be okay running it, and then credit them. I do think they won up front. As a team, their defense against our offense. I'm not putting that on the O-line. I'm saying as a group, they at least till I see the film, it felt like they did. They won in the trenches, and we never really got a lot of air to get downhill, and so it got to a point where we were throwing it well there for a minute. We weren't running it well at all, and so yeah, we did take to the air more than we'd like to. But when you run it and it's 1 or 2 yards, you run it again. Now it's 3rd and 6. That puts a lot of pressure on you. So probably got a little pass happy, but we obviously weren't running it very well either.
What does the offense need to do going into, again, maybe an extra day, whether you use that for rest, however you use that going into the Temple game? Is there something you need to do during this week, or is it just that defense versus now going up against a different defense?
I want to give them credit. We're not happy with the overall way we played offensively. We'll go back and look at it. But we're kind of two things. We're kind of a little bit victim of our own maybe expectations that we've done over the years. That we've had some really good offensive units, and I still think this is a good offensive unit. We're clearly not great by any means right now, but we aren't as far off as maybe it felt at times. Now the run game, we knew it was going to be hard to run. I thought we'd run it better than we did. We knew we were going to have to throw more this week just because of how they play. They outnumber you. They make you throw it. And, there's, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 I can think of balls down the field that we don't finish it, or maybe we don't throw it outside where our guy can't make the play. And we're just like that far off from it maybe feeling a little different. And if you hit those, then maybe it allows your run game to open up a little. So we got to get better. There's no question. Because if we want to put ourselves in contention and win some of the games we're going to have to be better complementing each other. But again, all the championship teams I've been a part of, there's been different games in the year where sometimes the offense has to pick up the defense and the defense the offense. Tonight, obviously our defense carried the day, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
And then just off of that, how big was that last drive to go 70 yards to get a touch back in the end zone?
It probably was, from two things. We kind of put the game away. Kind of shocked they punted there, but we hit a few runs. Preston pulled a few. The quarterback adds some value there when you need it. And then we just felt like, hey, let's take a shot to put it away. And him and RJ made a play that we needed. And so it was definitely nice to start and finish well. Now we got to get better in the middle.
On the fumble that Kobe got, initially it looked like they were going to line up and get that play off, and all your players were jumping up and down screaming for the call.
Yeah.
Did you lobby the officials to go review it?
No, I called timeout. I was with the official the whole time going, hey, if they're not going to stop it, I want a timeout and I want to review it. And the way they do it is they wait, because most of the time they buzz. And then if it's close, they're going to buzz and not make you burn the timeout, which is what they did. I mean, I said timeout, he called it, and then they went out and said, hey, we're going to review it and not cause you. But I don't know if they were going to review it. And our guys obviously felt strongly about it, and then they did play the replay in here, and you could see it was out. So that's kind of how that went down.
It was a long review. What was it like waiting it out for you?
It was hard, and because you credit the officials, they got to get it right, and it's close. And I thought they did a great job all night, managing the game. The officials did, and they communicated well. And fortunately, the ball was out, and you could see it clearly on video, and so we were able to get it.